Welcome to World Numismatic Finds, where today we uncover the top 5 rare UK 1 penny coins that could quietly be worth a fortune hiding in plain sight. From the grimy 1948 penny with its vintage charm to the rust-kissed 1966 piece that's aging like fine treasure, each coin tells a story deeper than the metal it struck from. We'll dive into the filthy yet fascinating 1907 penny, a relic from Edwardian Britain, followed by the dilapidated 1918 coin that survived wartime history, and the outdated yet iconic 1937 penny, a true pre-decimal gem that collectors crave. These coins might look dull, dirty, or forgotten, but trust us, their hidden value could make any Briton's wallet shine brighter than a polished crown. So, stay tuned as we reveal how these old pennies could turn into unexpected gold mines right under your nose. Let's get started up with the 1948 1 penny coin, a simple bronze piece that could secretly be worth a fortune in today's collector market. Though it might look like just another old penny, even a dainty or worn 1948 penny can capture serious attention from passionate collectors and international bidders. You might be holding in your hand a relic that has traveled through the post-war years, touched the lives of countless Britons, and now rests as a timeless piece of national heritage with hidden financial potential that's surprising even veteran numismatists. The 1948 1 penny coin carries the proud effigy of King George VI on its obverse, the head side. His image, facing left and engraved by Thomas Humphrey Paget, reflects the strength and resilience of a nation recovering from the Second World War. The reverse, or tail side, beautifully depicts Britannia, the iconic female personification of Great Britain, seated with her trident and shield, a design that had graced the penny since Victorian times. This representation of Britannia symbolizes power, unity, and pride, making the 1948 issue not just a currency piece but also a statement of Britain's enduring spirit during a time of great change. From a cultural and historical perspective, the 1948 penny is steeped in meaning. This was a year of rebuilding. Britain was emerging from the shadow of war, industries were being revived, and the monarchy symbolized stability and hope. The coins minted in this era weren't merely tools of trade. They were symbols of continuity and national endurance. Every tarnish, every speck of dirt on your 1948 penny tells part of that journey. Even in dirty or circulated condition, it carries emotional weight that adds to its collector charm. The weight of the 1948 penny stands around 9.45 grams, with a diameter of approximately 30.81 millimeters. Crafted from bronze, a metal chosen for durability and richness of tone. Its feel in the hand is substantial, almost comforting, as though you're holding a piece of true British craftsmanship from an era when coinage still represented national identity and artistic excellence. Now, when it comes to key facts, here's where it gets truly fascinating. Though millions of these pennies were minted, many were lost, melted down, or discarded after decimalization in 1971, when Britain shifted to a new currency system. As a result, finding a genuine 1948 penny in original mint condition is an increasingly rare feat. Most of the surviving coins either heavily tarnished, corroded, or worn down, which makes any well-preserved or even moderately clean example a collector's delight. Interestingly, several auction houses and online platforms such as eBay, Heritage Auctions, NGC, and PCGS have seen dramatic spikes in interest of mid-century British pennies, especially those from the 1940s. In terms of rarity and collector demand, the 1948 penny in dated condition might appear ordinary to the untrained eye, but specialists know that its value depends heavily on strike quality, color tone, and preservation. For example, an uncirculated or MS-65 graded specimen authenticated by top grading agencies like PCGS or NGC has been recorded fetching between $5,300 and $5,800, depending on auction intensity and buyer competition. Certain premium listings have pushed even higher, with top-tier auction houses valuing pristine examples at over $6,000, reflecting a growing global interest in mid-century UK bronze coinage. Even a visibly dated or lightly corroded piece can command between $20 and $80, especially if it retains its full detail and patina, a modest yet impressive return for something once worth just a single penny. The current market value of this coin in today's numismatic scene shows promising potential. Over the past few years, British copper and bronze coins have surged in popularity, particularly in the United States and Australia, where collectors chase every denomination linked to King George VI and Queen Elizabeth II. Many enthusiasts view the 1948 penny as a sleeper coin, one that remains undervalued yet steadily gaining recognition. In top-graded conditions, rare sales have proven that the right buyer will pay a premium, making this an excellent long-term investment for patient collectors. For collectors and enthusiasts, a few simple tips can make all the difference. Always handle your coins with care. Even a dated or corroded 1948 penny should be cleaned only by professionals, as improper cleaning can destroy its collector value instantly. Store it in a dry, acid-free environment, preferably within a coin flip or capsule to prevent further tarnish. When buying, look for strong details on Britannia's shield and the king's portrait. These areas tend to wear first. Authenticity and grading are vital, so consider professional evaluation from respected bodies like PCGS or NGC before selling or investing further. And if you happen upon one in your change box or at a boot sale, don't dismiss it. It could be a hidden treasure waiting to surprise you. In conclusion, the 1948 UK 1 penny coin, even in dirty or well-handled condition, remains a proud symbol of British resilience, artistry, and history. With collectors worldwide beginning to rediscover its charm, its market appeal continues to grow. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collecting journey, this humble coin offers both emotional and financial reward, a relic of post-war Britain that's quietly climbing the value charts. So check your old jars, attic boxes, and inherited coin tins. That grimy 1948 penny might just be your golden ticket to a collector's fortune. After all, in the world of rare coins, even the datiest penny can shine like gold in the right hands. Next up, the 1966 1 penny coin, a humble yet fascinating piece of British history that continues to spark excitement in collectors' hearts around the globe. At first glance, you might dismiss this old bronze coin, especially if it's found in a rusty condition, but once you discover its cultural weight, numismatic charm, and rising demand in the collector's market, you'll quickly see why the 1966 1 penny is far more than just a forgotten fragment of small change. This coin, bearing the unmistakable profile of Queen Elizabeth II, represents the final chapter of an era before the grand transition to the decimal system, making it a nostalgic gem for those who treasure the old pre-decimal British coins. The background of the 1966 1 penny traces back to a time when Britain was embracing post-war prosperity, technological advancement, and the youthful energy of the swinging 60s. Minted in the Royal Mint with immense precision and pride, the coin was part of the last consistent issues before the great decimalization reform of 1971. Its obverse, designed by Mary Gillick, proudly displays a youthful effigy of Queen Elizabeth II without a crown, symbolizing her elegance and modern spirit during her early reign. The reverse side, designed by Leonard Charles Wyon, features a majestic seated figure of Britannia, holding her trident and shield, gazing towards the sea. This classical depiction, used for decades, reflects Britain's maritime power and historical resilience. Even in rusty or aged condition, that design tells a story of empire, trade, and identity, making it deeply symbolic and appealing to cultural enthusiasts. In terms of weight and composition, the 1966 1 penny was struck in bronze, weighing approximately 9.4 grams with diameter of 30.8 millimeters, a solid and substantial coin that truly feels like a piece of history in your hand. Its bold edge and intricate design were meant to last, and indeed, many examples have survived the decades, though time has left its mark in the form of patina, corrosion, or rust. Yet, collectors often see beauty in such imperfections, as they reveal the coin's long journey through countless hands, markets, and moments in British life. Now, let's talk about key facts and rarity. The 1966 1 penny will produce in large numbers for circulation, but not all coins are created equal. The real treasure lies in condition, minting variations, and the overall eye appeal. While common circulated coins may fetch only modest amounts, those preserved in near-perfect or graded states, especially those authenticated by top grading companies like PCGS, NGC, and MS65 certified agencies, have gained significant value in the collector's market. Even coins that have developed a rich reddish-brown tone or slight surface rust can catch the attention of serious numismatists, particularly when the details remain sharp. The 1966 penny is known to be one of the final pre-decimal issues before the shift, making it especially sought after by those who collect coins from the final years of old British currency. In today's rare coin market, the excitement surrounding the 1966 one penny has grown substantially. According to recent collector sales, graded examples in top condition, those certified as MS65 and above, have been reported selling between $3,500 and $4,500, depending on the market platform, eye appeal, and certification body. Auction sites such as eBay have recorded competitive bidding wars, with collectors paying impressive sums for pristine or unique pieces. Meanwhile, private auction houses and numismatic platforms like Heritage, Baldwin's, and London coin auctions have also witnessed similar spikes, especially when a coin carries rich toning or historical provenance. Even those coins with moderate wear or rust have begun attracting renewed interest, as the nostalgia for the pre-decimal era continues to soar. With British collectors and international buyers both vying for high-grade examples, demand shows no signs of slowing down. The collector demand for the 1966 one penny stems from its emotional and historical resonance as much as its rarity. It's a coin that reminds Britons of a changing nation, one that was saying farewell to the old pounds, shillings, and pence system, and stepping into a modern decimal world. Owning a 1966 penny isn't just about the metal. It's about holding a tangible piece of the era that gave us the Beatles, the Queen's youthful reign, and a cultural renaissance that reshaped Britain's global image. Even those found in rusty or tarnished conditions are cherished by restorers and collectors who see potential in carefully cleaning and preserving these coins for future generations. For collectors seeking tips, the first step is always to inspect your coin closely under natural light. Look for the clarity of Queen Elizabeth's portrait, the sharpness of Britannia's trident and shield, and the texture of the coin's surface. If the details remain crisp despite rust or patina, you may have a valuable piece with professional grading. Avoid aggressive cleaning, as it can damage the coin's surface and drastically reduce its value. Instead, gentle preservation is key. Submitting your coin to grading services like NGC or PCGS can authenticate and enhance its value in the marketplace, particularly if it reaches high mint state ratings. Tracking recent online auction prices and collector forums can help you gauge the current demand, as values fluctuate with each passing season. Next up, the 1907 United Kingdom one penny coin, a coin that has witnessed over a century of British heritage and craftsmanship. Now, even though the coin we're talking about today might appear very dirty and worn, don't let that fool you. Beneath that layer of age and grime lies a piece of real numismatic value, a treasure that collectors are chasing with great enthusiasm in the current rare coin market. This coin from 1907 isn't just old. It represents an era of transition, pride, and artistry in British minting. The 1907 penny belongs to the reign of King Edward VII, who ruled from 1901 to 1910. His portrait proudly graces the obverse of the coin, facing right, with a legend surrounding his image reading Edward's 7-day Gra Brit Omen Rex Fid Divine DMP, a powerful Latin inscription proclaiming him as King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, and Emperor of India. The reverse features the enduring and iconic image of Britannia, seated majestically with a trident and shield, a symbol of Britain's strength, maritime power, and enduring legacy. This design, carried forward from earlier reigns, held deep national pride and connected generations of Britons to the story of their empire and trade dominance. Culturally and historically, the 1907 one penny coin stands as a relic from a time when Britain was the beating heart of global commerce and influence. It circulated through the hands of everyday citizens, soldiers, factory workers, and merchants at the height of the Edwardian period, a time of elegance, progress, and imperial power just before the Great War reshaped the world. Holding one today is like holding a snapshot of British society before the modern age began to unfold. Despite its small denomination, this coin symbolized stability and trust in the British monetary system, something the empire prided itself on. The coin itself was struck in bronze, weighing approximately 9.45 grams and measuring about 30.8 millimeters in diameter. It has a plain edge and was produced in significant numbers at the Royal Mint, yet its survival in good condition is increasingly rare, especially more than a century later. Most surviving examples are heavily circulated, often with dirt and oxidation due to years of handling and environmental exposure. In the case of a very dirty 1907 penny, while the aesthetic appeal may seem diminished, collectors understand that even in such a condition, the historical worth remains impressive, and restoration or professional cleaning can sometimes reveal remarkable details beneath the grime. Now, let's talk about key facts that make the 1907 penny such a desirable piece among collectors. Firstly, it's from the final years of Edward VII's reign. Coins from 1908 and 1909 tend to appear slightly more frequently, but 1907 issues, especially in uncleaned or naturally aged states, carry a unique charm. Secondly, the artistry of the engraving, the texture of the bronze, and the sheer age of this coin make it an attractive collectible, even for those new to British numismatics. Thirdly, the rarity factor truly shines when you look at examples in pristine, uncirculated grades. The kind of coin that professional grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, classify as MS65 or higher. Coins of this type, when found in mint state condition with no wear, perfect luster, and sharp definition, can command astonishing values at auctions and collector platforms. In fact, various auction records and listings on major marketplaces like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Vcoins have shown that a 1907 one-penny graded MS65 can fetch anywhere from $6,000 to even $7,000 or more, depending on the coin's overall toning, strike quality, and certification body. These figures reflect real-world market enthusiasm, where high-grade Edward VII pennies have consistently proven to be sound investments due to their limited surviving numbers and strong historical appeal. Even examples graded slightly lower, such as MS63 or MS64, have achieved prices well into thousands, while circulated or dirty examples can still range from $15 to $80, depending on their legibility and originality. The appeal of this coin lies in its dual nature, both as a tangible piece of Edwardian Britain and as a financial opportunity for collectors with an eye for rarity and potential value growth. Collectors today are increasingly recognizing that older bronze pennies like the 1907 are much more than just pocket change. They are artifacts of a vanished world, each carrying unique patterns, marks, and textures that tell its own story. For those with a dirty or heavily tarnished 1907 penny, my advice is to never attempt aggressive cleaning at home. Let professional conservation experts assess the coin, as improper cleaning can drastically reduce its value. Instead, focus on preservation. Store the coin in a cool, dry place, ideally in a coin capsule or acid-free holder to prevent further corrosion. For new collectors, start by studying grading scales and keeping an eye on certified sales through trusted platforms such as PCGS, NGC, or major British coin auctions. Often, a modest investment in a lower-grade example can be the perfect way to start building a historically rich collection that appreciates over time. In conclusion, the 1907 one-penny coin remains one of the most fascinating examples of early 20th century British numismatics. Whether covered in a century's worth of dirt or gleaming in mint state bronze, it embodies a chapter of Britain's proud monetary history under Edward VII. The demand for these coins in the global collector market continues to rise, driven by nostalgia, scarcity, and their undeniable visual beauty. With top-graded examples fetching between $6,000 to $7,000 and even lower grades drawing attention from enthusiasts worldwide, the 1907 penny stands as a perfect blend of historical depth and investment potential. So, if you ever come across one of these old British beauties, don't overlook it. You might just be holding a hidden gem worth far more than its humble face value. Next up, the UK one-penny coin from the year 1918, a piece steeped in history and character, even in its dilapidated condition. This isn't just a coin. It's a relic from the heart of the First World War era, a period when Britain's economy, industry, and society were all under immense transformation. Despite its worn and weathered surface, the 1918 one-penny remains a fascinating collectible that continues to attract collectors and investors worldwide, especially those who recognize the incredible potential of rare British coinage. The 1918 one-penny carries a unique backstory. Struck during the final year of the Great War, it symbolized a nation on the edge of victory but deeply scarred by years of conflict. What makes this coin even more special is that not all 1918 pennies were minted on British soil. Some were produced by private mints like the King's Norton Metal Company and the Heaton Mint in Birmingham to meet wartime production shortages. This adds a fascinating layer of distinction for collectors because coins bearing small mint marks like KN or H below the date are rarer and more sought after than the regular Royal Mint issues. Each coin tells its own story, forged during a time when the British Empire was still vast and its currency circulated across the globe. Holding one feels like holding a tangible link to an era when pennies truly mattered in daily life. Culturally and historically, the 1918 penny embodies the resilience of the British people. Its obverse proudly features a portrait of King George V, sculpted by Sir Bertram McKennell, representing a monarch who steered his country through one of the most turbulent times in modern history. On the reverse, Britannia stands tall with a trident and shield, a lasting symbol of British strength and naval pride. For many collectors, this image represents more than currency, its national heritage captured in copper. These coins circulated heavily through post-war Britain, witnessing the social shifts of the 1920s and the emergence of a new modern Britain. Even when heavily worn or corroded, each coin holds deep cultural significance that continues to resonate with enthusiasts and historians alike. The 1918 penny weighs approximately 9.45 grams and is made of bronze, consisting mainly of copper with small proportions of tin and zinc. Its diameter of about 30.8 millimeters gives it that familiar substantial feel in hand, a far cry from the lighter decimal coins of today. Despite being over a century old, many 1918 pennies have survived in various conditions, from polished museum pieces to extremely worn and dilapidated ones found in collections, old storage boxes, and metal detector finds. However, condition plays a crucial role in determining value. Coins that have retained most of their detail, with sharp lettering and clear mint marks, are significantly more desirable than those that are completely smoothed down by circulation. When it comes to rarity, not all 1918 pennies are created equal. While millions were minted, only a fraction remain in collectible condition, especially those bearing the H or KN mint marks. In the coin trade, the 1918 penny is seen as a sleeper coin, one that looks common at first glance but reveals its rarity and potential value upon closer inspection. Dilapidated examples may still hold modest collector value, but the real excitement begins when you find a well-preserved or mint-state example. According to verified sales and professional grading results from major numismatic platforms such as PCGS, NGC, Heritage Auctions, and eBay's high-end coin listings, a top-graded 1918 penny in MS65 condition has reached values exceeding around $3,000. While some near-pristine examples with exceptional luster and sharp detail have fetched upwards of $5,400 in certain auction events and private sales. These are serious figures for what was once a humble penny, proving that numismatic passion and rarity can turn copper into gold, quite literally. Collectors today are increasingly drawn to early 20th century British coinage, particularly those pieces tied to the Great War and post-war recovery. The 1918 penny is considered a gateway coin for enthusiasts who want a tangible piece of wartime Britain, and its appeal only grows as surviving specimens continue to diminish in number. Even a dilapidated or heavily circulated coin carries a sense of authenticity, a testament to the era it represents. In numismatic circles, originality and provenance are highly valued. Thus, a coin with honest wear but no cleaning or tampering can sometimes be more attractive than an overly polished one. For those looking to invest or start a collection, here are some useful insights. Always look for mint marks beneath the date. An H for the Heaton Mint or KN for the King's Norton Mint can dramatically increase desirability. Ensure that coins are stored in a dry, protective case to prevent further corrosion, as bronze coins are highly reactive to moisture. When buying or selling, consider reputable grading services like NGC or PCGS, as certified authenticity and condition can significantly elevate a coin's market value. Keep a close eye on online auctions and British numismatic fairs, where rare varieties often emerge unexpectedly, sometimes at surprisingly low starting bids. In conclusion, the 1918 UK 1 penny coin, even in a dilapidated state, is far more than just an old piece of bronze. It is a surviving witness to a pivotal chapter in British history, a story of endurance, empire, and evolution. Its combination of historical depth, modest origins, and modern-day value makes it one of the most intriguing coins for both collectors and investors alike. The fact that a coin once worth a single penny can now command thousands of dollars on international markets is a reminder of how history rewards patience and curiosity. So, the next time you come across a worn 1918 penny tucked away in an old drawer or family collection, take a closer look, because beneath that tarnished surface might lie one of Britain's most undervalued treasures waiting to shine once again. At last, the 1937 UK 1 penny coin. Although this coin may appear outdated and worn to the untrained eye, for collectors and enthusiasts across Britain and beyond, it represents an era of transformation, artistry, and royal heritage. Even in an outdated condition, this coin carries with a touch of elegance, mystery, and monetary potential that makes it an irresistible addition to any numismatic collection. The 1937 one penny was struck during the early reign of King George VI, marking a significant chapter in the history of British currency. It came at a time when Britain was recovering from the Great Depression and stepping cautiously towards a new era of hope and stability. The obverse of the coin proudly features the first official portrait of King George VI, crafted by the talented sculptor Thomas Humphrey Paget. His initials, HP, can be spotted just below the neck of the king. On the reverse side, the powerful and symbolic figure of Britannia stands tall with a trident and shield, a timeless image that has graced British pennies since the reign of Charles II. The design itself evokes a sense of pride and resilience, qualities that Britain so strongly embodied during the turbulent 1930s. From a cultural and historical perspective, the 1937 one penny serves as more than just currency. It represents a time of national identity and royal transition. The year 1937 was the coronation year of King George VI, who ascended the throne unexpectedly after the abdication of his brother, Edward VIII. Coins from this year carry special significance as they mark the beginning of a new monarch's reign, one that would steer the nation through the challenges of World War II. Collectors often treasure these coins not just for their metal content or design, but for the era they encapsulate, a moment of quiet determination before the storms of global conflict. Weighing approximately 9.4 grams and measuring around 30.8 millimeters in diameter, the 1937 one penny was struck in bronze, consisting primarily of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. This classic composition gives the coin its rich brown tone, although over time and through circulation, many examples have acquired a distinctive patina or worn appearance that tells the story of a long journey through countless hands. The minting quality of 1937 pennies was particularly strong, with millions struck at the Royal Mint, yet only a small number have survived in exceptional condition, making high-grade examples exceptionally desirable today. Now, here's where it gets truly exciting for collectors and investors. The rarity of a 1937 one penny doesn't lie in its basic circulation, but in the preservation of its condition. While an outdated or heavily circulated example might only fetch a few dollars or pounds, coins that have been meticulously kept or professionally graded can command impressive prices in the collector's market. According to recent listings and verified sales across leading auction platforms such as eBay, PCGS, NGC, and several dedicated numismatic houses, a 1937 one penny graded MS65, meaning mint state with superb luster and minimal imperfections, has been known to sell for as much as around $2,000, depending on the auction house and buyer interest. In certain exceptional cases where the coin displays flawless strike details, original mint brilliance, and impeccable preservation, some collectors have pushed the bidding even higher, with records reaching $3,000 or slightly more in rare numismatic sales. These values are not mere exaggerations, but reflective of a strong demand among British and international collectors who view these coins as historical assets rather than just currency. Even in an outdated condition, the 1937 one penny still holds charm for hobbyists who value authenticity and history over mint perfection. For many collectors, it's not only about financial gain, but also the story behind each coin, the hands it's passed through, the era it represents, and the legacy it preserves. However, as collector trends evolve and British pre-decimal coins continue to gain attention worldwide, even lower-grade examples are witnessing a steady rise in value, especially those with clear details, readable inscriptions, and minimal corrosion. For anyone looking to begin or expand a numismatic collection, the 1937 one penny offers a perfect entry point. When purchasing, always look for coins that have a strong, visible portrait of the king and a well-defined Britannia on the reverse. Avoid pieces with excessive surface damage or deep corrosion, as these can significantly reduce desirability. If you ever come across a bright, original-looking example with full strike definition and no visible wear, it may well be worth sending it to professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC to authenticate and preserve its value, as certified coins typically command a higher premium on the collector's market. In conclusion, while the 1937 one penny might seem like an ordinary relic from the past, it carries an extraordinary blend of artistry, history, and investment potential. It reflects the dawn of King George VI's reign, the craftsmanship of Britain's coinage, and the timeless beauty of the penny's design. Whether in an outdated, circulated state or in gleaming mint condition, this coin continues to captivate collectors who recognize its heritage and growing rarity. So, next time you stumble upon a worn bronze penny from 1937, don't dismiss it as old pocket change. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned to Wild Numismatic Finds for more rare and valuable coin discoveries from around the world.